So, thank you so much, gentlemen. Now let's talk on the first discussion, the first topic for discussion. Now, the presidency has maintained its position in support of the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Patanmi, appearing on a guest on a television program Friday. Mr. Garba Shehu compared the case of Patanmi with that of Mrs. Femi Ekemi Adeosun, a former Minister of Finance. Shehu, a spokesperson for the presidents, believed that the presidency would have acted differently if the communications minister had committed forgery. He said, quote, if Patanmi had forged a certificate to come into office, the attitude of the presidency would have been different. Now, let's start our discussion with that. What do you think that statement means? If Patanmi had forged a certificate to come into office, the attitude of the presidency would have been different. What do you think that statement means?
The question is, did Kemi Adeosun forge any certificate? It's rhetorical. I don't think she forged any certificate. She did not serve.
But there were allegations.
Yeah, there were allegations that she did not serve. Okay. That was the issue with Kemi Adeosun. But as
no, that wasn't just the allegation. He did not serve, and he forged
the clearance certificate, the exemption.
Exactly.
Okay, let's even assume that that was the case with Kemi Adeosun. Now, drawing a comparison between the two is overstretching the comparison. You understand? It's somebody that's just looking for a defense, for Patanmi. Now, what is the issue at stake when it comes to Patanmi? Patanmi initially denied ever having said anything in support of terrorism. But when people now brought out evidence, video clips, then some audio clips, he now agreed that, okay, he actually said those things, but he said them when he was much younger. Then he was also reminded that, look, in 2004, as the chief imam of the Tafawa Balewa University in Bauchi State, you actually issued a fatwa against a student who was claimed to have issued out some blasphemous tracts on the Prophet of Islam. And this student was strangulated within the mosque of the university. Unfortunately for them, the father of that student is a professor, Professor Samuel Achi. So he was not just an ordinary person, and the student was actually the president of a campus fellowship group. So now, you see, Nigerians, we easily gloss over matters. But that is one thing that is totally unacceptable in the modern world. You see, things are connected together. Now, Boko Haram started. Then what do we have today? We now have banditry. Because we couldn't stop Boko Haram, now we have another arm of Boko Haram, which is the bandit groups. And what are the bandit groups doing? They are just focused on kidnapping students and getting money from the parents or from the government. Now, what are they doing with this money? It's obvious that these guys are working in tandem with Boko Haram. Now, Boko Haram itself as a terrorist group has drawn its influence from Al-Qaeda, from the Taliban. And what we are saying is that Patanmi, at points in time in his life, has issued statements in support of the Taliban and the Al-Qaeda leadership. So that's what we are saying. There is no way you can compare that with somebody who has been alleged to have forged NYSC exemption certificate. You understand? So that comparison is uncalled for. Now, how many people have died through whatever Kemi Adeosun did or did not do? But with the things that Patanmi has done, his support, which is recorded audio and in video forms, has shown that people have died. You know, his argument that he was actually debating with Muhammad Yusuf, who funded Boko Haram. That argument too has been debunked. Debunked in the sense that it has been proven that they have areas of consensus in their ideology. They only differ on their modus operandi, you understand, and timing. He appears to be a gradualist. He's in support of Boko Haram. He's against Western education. The allegation, for example, that the Gregorian calendar on the Naira should be removed is also on record. This is what Patanmi said. He called the Gregorian calendar something that was issued by infidels, by Keferi infidels. So there are serious allegations against Patanmi. And what we are talking about is human lives. His hands are stained collaterally, vicariously, with the blood of Nigerians. And the thing has not stopped. He said he has recanted. You understand? But what he has set in motion with others has not stopped. His argument that he has been moving around, preaching against what he once supported, you understand, is neither here nor there. Because the ball he and others set in motion is still moving. It has not stopped. So that comparison is totally uncalled for.
Okay, let me hear your view on that.
Yes, first and foremost, what I want to say is that the law gives you rights to freedom of speech. Yes. We should not take that away from our constitution. We should not take that away from Nigeria. But your freedom has a limit. There is no time frame at which crime can elapse. Patanmi incited people to kill other people. This is the same crime allegedly committed by Donald Trump, who was about to be impeached even after he left presidency. When they claimed that he incited people to go to the not Oval House, the Capitol Hill,
yeah,
and caused mayhem and destruction. The Senate of America tried Donald Trump to impeach him after he left presidency. So you can see how serious and grievous those things that come out from your mouth can be if it causes loss, death,
especially from someone with such
influence. So what Patanmi had done, whether 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and people had died based on what he has said, it's capable to try him for criminal acts if the police will rise up to the occasion. And sometimes I wonder if the presidency really wants this country to be together. A man that has so much dust in his bags shouldn't still, ordinarily he should resign. If he had that opinion at that time, and at that time he had opinion, a lot of people had died, like he just rightly said, a student was killed based on what he said. It is enough. Yes, you apologized, but I think you should just take the back seat. Those are things that they call hate speech now. What he did those days, hate speech now. So I wonder what I think you know, every good friend of the presidency, they get a pat on the back when they do stuff. So that thing can cause it. Gradually, a lot of things are beginning to cause people to agitate for secession. I'm sorry we are jumping. I'm moving further, but from all what we are seeing now, it is. I mean, I wonder what Femi Adesina is talking about. Are we talking? You're telling us there's insecurity in the land, and the man that had caused insecurity long time ago is in your government, and you're talking about certificate forgery. Is that? I'm trying to understand where this man is from. Is he Nigerian? I mean, Femi Adesina. Or Garba Shehu. Is he Nigerian? I think he should be from Niger too. No, seriously. How can you compare those two things? A man said something and you declare fatwa. What is fatwa?
It's death penalty.
Death penalty. And the action was carried out on the student. And you are in government. And you claim you are fighting insecurity. Which insecurity are you fighting? The insecurity we have today is basically, the fulcrum is on religion. Everybody say Muslim. That's just the thing. It's not about, you know, everybody trying. That is the problem. And the man that has orchestrated something like this shouldn't be in government.
Okay, let's go to Ibadan, where Dr. Raymond Adigboyega is standing by. Dr. Adigboyega, let's have your view politically here. You are the politician here. What does this mean? From here, we can only talk from the side of the law, but for the side of the politics, how do you, rate this? How do you analyze this? seem to be having an issue with the doctor connecting with us. Okay, now let's continue now. I mean, these are stuffs, you know, said and done in the past. And he has come out to say he regrets his action, come to apologize, and has, you know, come out to say he's more mature now and he knows better. Isn't that enough, you know, for us to just let things slide and move on?
There's a difference between a public citizen and a private citizen. Now, he is a minister for Kairat,
for a very sensitive office,
a certain position in charge of the database of the country.
People know numbers.
You will also recall that during the time of President Jonathan, he made a statement that there were Boko Haram members in his cabinet. And we saw the manifestation of that statement when the American troops tried to rescue the Chibok girls. It was said that they wanted to use gas, you know, to put those Boko Haram members to sleep or something like that. Then when those troops went back there with their reconnaissance aircraft, they saw all the people wearing gas masks. So there's a likely threat to national security by retaining Patanmi in that office. Now, is Patanmi also an ordinary person? Patanmi is well educated. You understand? He has MSc in computer science. He has a degree that I picked from Harvard, from Cambridge, another one from Aberdeen in Scotland. So this man is vast, is knowledgeable. He has moved around the world. He even worked with the Saudi Arabian government. So he knows what obtains in other jurisdictions. We don't need to tell him to resign. He knows he ought to resign. If he is the best thing that President Buhari's government has, he can still remain in the kitchen cabinet, you understand, to support this government with ideas. But for him to remain visible, it is unfair. You see, Nigeria is a secular state. It's not a Christian state. It's not a Muslim state. It's a secular state for Christ's sake. You understand? Some of us who are not members of the religion, sincerely speaking, we are not comfortable having religion. Not on religious grounds. You understand? Not on religious grounds, but on the grounds of security of the nation. So that's my take on that.
Now, the chairman of the House Committee on Navy, Yusuf Gade, has absolved the National Assembly and the Department of State Services, as DSS, of blame for not spotting such antecedent of the minister during his screening. Do you think he's justified for saying that? Because these people go through screening from the DSS and the National Assembly majorly.
Well, my findings is that the DSS has come up to say that they informed the presidency.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. It was reported in the papers that after screening they had told whoever was going to appoint him that, look, this guy, this is what he had done extra. It is not their duty.
Because I was wondering, because there's no DSS, they are very thorough.
It is not DSS duty. DSS is not the appointing agency. It is the presidency. But they will do their screening, and they do their screening thoroughly. In fact, the DSS, they reported that, look at what this guy has said at a certain time. Look at what he said. This thing is coming. They would have given their opinion. It is for the hiring or the hirer to take the advice or not. I don't know about the National Assembly, who should have also raised the red flag, but of course, I was told. Yes, if they were, I was told that somebody accused them of being a rubber stamp agency to the president. I'm not sure they are rubber stamp, but if they knew this and they allowed it pass, then probably they are taking full responsibility of their name.
The National Assembly too should be able to investigate.
How do they do that?
If they are not rubber stamp, as it were. I mean, because why people accuse them of that is they just approve without anybody. You won't tell me that the National Assembly wouldn't ask.
I remember
stuff like this.
I remember the time of Magu.
Yeah,
the DSS gave a comprehensive report on Magu. to the nationalists. I want to believe that that was done.
Yeah, but in this,
I want to believe that that was
the
done.
video of Patanmi screening is still available.
Exactly.
I took time to go and watch the video. There was no mention of the DSS. You know, in Mago's case, DSS actually had a case against Mago, brought to the National Assembly. They were against Mago, visibly against Mago. You understand? At that time, two agencies had issues.
They were clashing.
So, but Patanmi's case, it was obvious that from the president's body language, Patanmi must become, you understand, a minister. And to be sincere, Patanmi's resume, you understand,
it's healthy. It's healthy.
Yes, he has a very, very good resume. You understand? But you see, it calls to question the value of our education in Nigeria. You understand? You see, people who are highly educated in Nigeria, they don't really manifest the benefits of their education. They place religion first. Second, they place their tribe. You understand? Then political party, ethnic sentiments, before even the benefits of the education, which they are supposed to use for the benefit of the nation. Patanmi is well endowed educationally. There's no doubt about that. And which I believe also influenced those people who screened him. Because if you notice, when they were screening, they were first of all praising Mr. Patanmi, where he was the DG and CEO of NIGDA already, where he was, I believe, doing a great job. You understand? But the thing is that the nation supersedes any single person. However intelligent you are, or sentiment, nation supersedes that. So, if, for example, the foreign countries now decide to take up, to take up Nigeria on Patanmi, the president will have been brought to open review. But you'll be forced to remove Patanmi. You understand? Let the United States or UK just issue a statement of Patanmi. Patanmi will have to be removed. And that will be a disgrace to Nigeria. This is something we want to do internally, discreetly and decently.
Now, what's even causing more of a controversy is the fact that the presidency is not even coming out to say much. I mean, apart from these Adeosun comparison, and even the National Assembly, they are not even saying much, except when
Gabashehu.
Minority leader, Numenu came out to say something, and even scolded the House of Assembly for not saying anything, about it.
But I don't think we're surprised about that. That has been the stock in trade of the presidency. They may probably talk about this when the president has finished its tenure. He's slow in approaching issues. He's slow in responding to issues. So you cannot blame him on that. But I don't know what his advisors are doing. Gabashehu that came up to compare, that's not what the polity wants to hear. We don't want to hear comparison. We want to hear what the decision, although we feelers are coming out that the presidency will not act on it. I read in the papers also that the United States claim that they don't act on words, but they will act on action. So the man has not, from their own investigation, hasn't acted what he has said. So they will not take, everybody has freedom of speech. You can say you support anything. Supporting anything doesn't mean that you are a partaker of the evil that you support. So probably the United States is not acting because there has been no trace of
no physical
evidence or action or being involved. But for me, I believe that if you have said things,
but sympathizing isn't it the same thing?
Well, okay. If I sympathize with the present government now, have I committed a crime?
No. The present government is not a terrorist group.
But are you sure?
It's not. It's not. We have lists.
Oh my God!
No. There's a list of terrorist groups. There's a watch list of terrorist groups listed internationally.
Any group that comes out to starve its citizen. It's terrorism.
Okay, that's political.
What do you want me to do? People are dying. People are dying.
If anybody has come out to support Al Qaeda, they have come out to support Taliban, You understand? United
That
States
is a different
FBI.
thing.
No, no, if you support their ideology, if you support their ideology, I mean, if I support that, Western education is bad in Nigeria, if I support that, does that make me a terrorist?
No, you see, FBI before 9/11 and after 9/11 is a totally different organization. You see, after 9/11, FBI would have been scrapped. You understand? By the American government. They were so pissed off with FBI. But since then, have we noticed any terror action? Now, FBI, they now work in conjunction with all security agents in America.
And
you understand?
Even outside the country.
Even outside the country, they work together. Now, if a person like Patanmi, with all this noise that the Nigerians have made, goes to the US, I want to assure you.
Goes to the US. What are they going to do when we have an ambassador from the United States?
He may go as a private citizen to do anything. I want to assure you that they're watching. They watch every person that he meets. You understand? You know what? You know why they do that? They don't want any surprises anymore. You understand? So they're watching.
So it seems Nigeria is open to surprises.
We are open to surprises.
Because the truth of the matter is, like I said, anybody that has made comments that has caused lives in Nigeria shouldn't be in government.
Exactly.
Shouldn't be in government. That's my opinion. That's national security. It shouldn't be in government.
Moving. You understand? Right now, dollar is falling every day.
So far.
Naira is falling every day. You understand? The economy is in shambles. And the American government and British government, they have issued travel warnings to their people. You understand that Nigeria is not a safe place. Now you are now adding another
that a man that was
that a prominent minister in Nigeria
supported Al-Qaeda
with Al-Qaeda, Taliban, and Boko Haram. This is not good for them.
And that he apologized. Where did he apologize?
It's not a question of religion.
Where did he apologize?
It's a question of national security and our national image.
Our president is a very loyal person. I mean, I'm probably thinking of on him, as it were, that he trying to get more facts before, just like as we said, he's slow to act,
yes,
which has its advantage too, because Nigeria is a very complicated country. If you want to act on the whim of every cry, it's good.
How long does it take to act? The man is your minister. All these things are everywhere.
Let's believe the government is trying to do more investigation.
On who? It's simple. Call the man. What did you do all these things? Look, why do we waste so much time on things that are not supposed? The man you see the man every Wednesday, Federal Executive Council meeting. How long does it take to find out the position of things? The DSS had said that they had written about this.
But he has come out to say,
and he has even come out.
He has come out to say he doesn't have those ideologies anymore.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
At what age?
He's saying it as about 50 years old.
He was chief imam of the Tafara Balewa University of Bauchi in the year 2004.
How long ago was that?
He was 32 years old because he claimed he was born at 72. So was he immature at the time he issued the fatwa? You see, even issuing a fatwa,
not about age.
Wait. Issuing a fatwa in Nigeria is illegal. The Sharia law in Nigeria does not permit any court of law in Nigeria to issue the death penalty. You understand?
And the death penalty he issued was carried out.